The world was still dark when Mika opened her eyes, rising from her thin blanket before dawn had fully stretched its fingers across the horizon. The air smelled of damp soil and tired souls. In the faint morning glow, the slave quarters hummed with the quiet resignation of another day that offered no promise except survival. Mika stepped outside, the cold earth pressing against her bare feet. Her breath formed a soft cloud in the air. She gazed at the fields, endless rows of cotton waiting like silent witnesses to decades of pain. She steadied her heartbeat, whispered a prayer to the ancestors who watched unseen, and began her day. On this particular morning, destiny stirred gently, preparing to uproot everything she thought she understood. That was the morning Alex Hawkins arrived. Alex rode through the plantation on horseback, carrying the quiet rebellion of a man who had grown up in a world that did not match the one he now stepped into. He saw the fields, the weary faces, the overseer's harsh glare, and something within him recoiled. When his path crossed Mika's at the well, her bucket slipped, splashing water across the ground. She shrank back in fear, bracing for cruelty, but instead the young man stepped down from his horse, picked up the bucket, and offered it to her with gentle hands that shook the foundation of her expectations. She whispered her name only because he had asked. He repeated it softly, reverently, Mika. That single moment, so small and fleeting, became the seed of everything that would follow. Days passed, and neither could forget the other. Mika saw him from the corner of her eye, moving through the fields, observing quietly, questioning silently the cruelty around him. Alex found himself searching for her in every corner of the plantation. Her presence felt like a quiet melody, soft but unforgettable. Their glances became messages. Their silence became a language. Their hearts, without permission, began to speak. But love in a world built on chains was a dangerous rebellion. One night under silver moonlight, Alex approached the river where Mika washed clothes. She startled, frightened of what discovery would mean, but his voice cracked open something inside her, gentle, honest, trembling with emotion he could barely contain. He told her she stayed in his thoughts. She told him he must forget her. The river whispered warnings. The wind begged them to turn away, but the heart, stubborn, wild, reckless, heard nothing except possibility. Their meeting place became the magnolia tree far beyond the fields, its white blossoms glowing like lanterns against the dark. There Alex confessed he was falling in love with her. Mika's heart trembled in terror and desire. She told him she felt the same, but love between them was not simply forbidden. It was considered abomination, sin, rebellion. Yet beneath the magnolia tree, their hearts did not listen to laws written by men who had never known real love. Their first kiss was trembling and delicate, blossoming and breaking them all at once. Their love, though whispered, carried echoes. The overseer Simon watched with eyes darkened by envy and hatred. He knew something was happening, something that needed to be crushed before it took root. Alex's father grew suspicious. Mika's friend May warned her. Whispers spread like wildfire. Fear began to grow in both their hearts, but so did the love that refused to die. A storm struck. Lightning ripped through the sky. A barn burst into flames. A child screamed from within. Mika ran first. Alex ran second. Together they rescued the child, as witnesses watched in shock. And in front of the entire plantation, Alex held Mika in his arms, not as property, not as a servant, but as someone he loved. The truth could no longer hide. Alex declared his love for Mika aloud, his voice steady despite his father's rage. Simon's fury twisted into something dangerous. Mr. Hawkins warned that if Alex continued down this path, he would lose everything: fortune, inheritance, family name. But Alex chose Mika. Mika realized that love had become a battlefield from which neither could retreat. May urged Mika to run away. Alex begged her to leave with him. And finally, Mika whispered the impossible. Yes, for the first time she tasted freedom. Not as a dream, but as a plan. But danger heard their whispers. Simon learned of their escape and sharpened his cruelty into action. When Mika went to meet Alex, Simon and his men ambushed her. She fought. She screamed. Her hope trembled like a candle in wind. But Alex arrived, fighting fiercely. He would not let the world take her away. Their struggle was brutal, desperate, raw, but love strengthened them beyond fear. That night they ran. Rain crashed. Dogs howled behind them. Branches sliced their skin. The forest seemed endless. Mika stumbled, begging Alex to leave her and save himself. He refused. Their love was no longer softness. It was survival. They reached a furious river. With no other choice, Alex held Mika close and leaped into the roaring water. They fought the current together, drowning, rising, surviving. By dawn, they reached the other side, alive, trembling, free. Sunlight broke through the clouds like a blessing. Birds sang as if celebrating their escape. For the first time in their lives, the world felt wide. History would never record their names. No statues would honor them. No books would preserve their story. But their love, their wild, forbidden, fearless love, became a legend, whispered through magnolia blossoms. A love that outlived the world that condemned it. A love that refused to die.